Hey guys, it's me, Verilyn. It is 11:17, so it's a little bit later today, but I've gotten so much done today. It's ridiculous. Like I woke up this morning and me and my friend Inga decided we were gonna hang out today. We were gonna get up, go to the gym. So I woke up this morning, emailed Inga. She wanted to meet up to go to the gym at 8 a.m. So I did some editing and I did some emailing, and then we went to the gym. I've been back. I prepared, we're gonna have breakfast. I prepared a little bit of the breakfast things. I've showered, changed, and now I'm just kind of waiting for her to get here. So I decided we're gonna do this video together, but I decided to just kind of give you guys an intro. Inga is this amazing woman that I started working with at first at Black Enterprise when we were freelance together at Black Enterprise in the broadcast section. And then she did her own thing, I did my own thing, and then we figured out we lived like literally 3 buildings away from each other, so we're neighbors, and we haven't really hung out that much. But now that I'm home more and she's home more, we're like, well, hey, how about we spend some of our days together? So we'll be doing that from time to time. And now we found out we go to the same gym, so we're definitely going to be hanging out. So this is Inga, my neighbor, and we just finished having breakfast. And so all day today,
ooh, let me
too much. I have the same.
boobage.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh, okay, let's not
I don't want to offend anybody.
It's okay. And like I hooked Inga up with the light, so we definitely have lighting today.
Yes, we need the help we can get.
So all day we've kind of talked a lot about what are we doing with our lives. I'm freelancing, and I know Inga's freelancing, and we're both in media.
Yes.
So Inga, what are you doing with your life?
That's the big question. I'm just pursuing my passion, and I'm trying to find ways to do things that I enjoy, you know. And while pursuing something a little bit more stable, I'm kind of to the point right now where I have been searching for jobs so much that I haven't been doing the things that I enjoy. So I'm now at a stage where I feel like, okay, let me do and create my own things and do the things that I enjoy and explore the things that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
As opposed to, just going the traditional route of looking for a job. You know, I feel like I spent a lot of time and wasted a lot of time looking for a job instead of creating my own opportunities. And I feel like that's what we need to do these days. And I probably are late jumping on that bandwagon. I probably should have done it before now, but
I feel like we're trained to look for a job.
Yeah.
I feel like, but it's funny because I did the opposite. Or I am doing the opposite in the sense that I'm all about creating my own opportunity and like doing the things that I love. And now I'm kind of looking for stability, benefits.
Yes.
Being able to go to the doctor when something is wrong is definitely something I'm looking for these days.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's a balance, like being not just taking any job too, like being able to aggressively look for a job that fits the things that you love to do.
Right.
Because Madame Oprah says,
yes,
if you do something you love to do,
you'll never work a day
in your life, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we can't take for granted this time that we have now.
Right.
The stability to wake up, go to the gym.
Yes.
Go shop, grocery shopping.
Yes.
Come home, make breakfast, eat. Have intellectual discourse with each other.
Right.
Like, who does this?
Yeah.
And it's 12:30 now. And I feel like we've done so much.
Yeah. I mean, it's like creating your own life. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of. I think that's the beauty of having your own schedule, being able to make your own schedule. You're able to do the things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, and enjoy, life,
Yeah. So we've already decided we need to get Inga traveling. Inga is trying to leave the country this year.
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, I'm trying to inspire her to leave the country this year. Maybe we can go somewhere together.
I would love to get out of the country.
Awesome. So we're 30 minutes in. I'm trying not to keep these things too long, but I do want to, of course, get into your love life a little bit because, that's what I do. Well,
love. Love. One thing that I I know is that love is not always a feeling; it's a choice. You know, and um, I think you choose to love someone. You know, and I think that's when it's a real mature love. It's easy to have a feeling for someone. I feel like it's easy to be like caught up in, someone's charisma or someone's attractiveness. But when it comes to the decision where you choose to love somebody in spite of, I think that's more than just that tingling feeling that you get, which will eventually go away.
But so, as a freelancer, as someone that's trying to figure this career thing out, and as someone that's also in a relationship, if you don't mind sharing that with the people.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you kind of figure out what you want for yourself, family and relationship wise, and then balancing that with your pursuits career wise?
Let's see. Well, I think it comes down to priorities and where you are in life. Um, I am at a different stage in life. I feel I'm getting older, and my priorities definitely have changed. When I was a bit younger, I was just I had so much motivation to pursue my career, to be a successful career person. Whereas now I'm getting older, and my priorities, my desires have changed a lot. And we were talking earlier about our value system. And to me, I value family so much more now at this stage that I'm in, where family and relationships, meaningful relationships, are much more important to me now than a career. Like, I get more out of good relationships, and those are more valuable and more meaningful to me than
making a mark
work.
Or moving up in a company or
yeah, exactly, especially in the traditional way. I mean, I still want to do meaningful work, but I think that what's most important to me right now is family.
So the baby clock
Yes,
is ticking.
Yes, it's definitely ticking. I'm getting older, and I feel it.
So tell me about that.
A pinnacle tomorrow. Like, it's no joke. Like, I have to.
Tomorrow's Inga's birthday. Yes. Happy birthday!
Yay. To a certain point, like, I am happy, but like, I've given myself some deadlines personally that I have to reconcile.
So back up, because so far in these vlogs I've talked a lot about and guiltily talked about my uncomprehension of women that want to have a baby come out of their vagina. So as one of these women,
oh my god, I forgot who I'm talking to. Like, we are really gonna go there.
As somebody that has that feeling and desire,
right? See, now I never think about childbirth. I don't even think about being pregnant. Like, I just think about having the baby. Like, maybe ideally it'd be a nice little surrogate situation. Like, you just watch the person go through. But yeah. I don't know. But people do it every day. So,
amen. True.
So if somebody else can pop it out, why can't I?
I think I'm starting to tackle talking about values. I was just saying to you that I think kids that is your cup. Okay. My cup is back there. Okay, I think kids have value in the sense that I see the joy that I bring to my parents' lives now that I'm older. So I would want to have a child to bring that to me once I get older. Like, once, me and my husband, who ideally, right, are retired, to have grandkids or to have, I think that's a legacy that maybe I want to participate in. But I guess I just need to get past the whole pregnancy, baby crowning out of your vagina part.
See, but I think you're focusing on the wrong part. Like, you have to focus on the baby coming out and the joy the baby's going to bring you.
Even those first couple of years, I'm sorry, even those first couple of years of having a baby doesn't sound fun. Like, it sounds like a deep love. Like, one of my best friends just had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, that deep love, but it's also a deep paranoia. that I see her going
Oh
through.
my
Like
God.
just feeling like, oh my God, somebody. One day she was like, she was scared to go outside because she felt like somebody was gonna attack her and her baby. Like you just feel this sense of worry, and then they get to school and it's peer pressure, and you know.
But that's one thing I will say is I don't think I would raise a child in New York City. And I see that I see parents like literally paranoid on the street. You know, like I don't want your kid. Like, why are you grabbing your kid's arm? You know? And I feel that. Like, I feel like even the kids are a little bit more paranoid here. You know, like, 3, 4, 5.
Well, granted, I grew up in New York City. Like, I think that there's a street savviness that I have that I would not have gotten anywhere else, you know?
Well, you have to. I mean...
you fear for your life.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Not that you fear for your life, but you have like a consciousness that's heightened. You know, there's a heightened consciousness of people around you. You can tell when somebody's out of place or if somebody feels uncomfortable or awkward. Like you pick up on these things because you just get used to the city life and everything. So,
but is that a benefit? Is that?
I think it's necessary if you live in New York. I don't think it's necessary, and I think as a child, do you want to put those stresses on kids? And I think people learn to adapt.
Yeah.
I think if you're in New York City, you learn to adapt. You have to, but
if
you're somewhere else,
is that everyone's reality? Because those kids that maybe get their nanny takes them from A to B, they're home all day. They take trips to upstate or New England somewhere. Definitely didn't have the same upbringing that I did.
But see, yeah, I'm originally from Seattle, so growing up there, it's not the same because you're not constantly around a lot of people, so you don't have to constantly worry about. There's other fears like being on a street and there's nobody out there in the street,
right?
And you're like on the street, like we do have serial killers that came from there, so that's an issue. So you're always kind of like when you're out somewhere by yourself and you're like, okay.
I know the crazy person on my corner. I see them every day.
Yeah,
we have a certain understanding.
Yeah.
Instead of the crazy person in their house that's like plotting
to
do something ridiculous.
But I just think that your kids are exposed to so much more here at an earlier age that it forces you to grow up faster sooner. Whereas you can enjoy your childhood, and ignorance is bliss as a child. Why not be ignorant as a child? You don't need to know about all these crazy things when you're a child.
Oh my God, I'll never forget the first time I knew about Bloods and Crips. And there was rumor that they were gonna be slicing kids. Like I think I was like in junior high school. It was like freshman Friday or something. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, the Bloods are gonna be slicing people's faces." I remember having this like fear of like, how am I gonna get home? And of course my mom was not trying to. Take your behind to school,
right?
She ain't trying to hear about no freshman Friday nonsense. And I remember feeling so afraid, and it was like this reality of people that would hurt you just because you wear a color. And I remember really having that transformation of like feeling like one day my life was okay, like I could run up and down the street, to being afraid.
Right.
So,
and that's a real issue. And some of the things that I hear kids talking about on the train, like you could tell they're exposed, like the language, stuff that they say, like being vulgar, like some of the sexual stuff that, like little kids. I heard this little girl say some of the most vulgar stuff that I've ever heard in my life. Like,
now is that a product of not gonna say Nicki Minaj, but like this is an example. Like, is it the music that they're listening to or the internet? Because kids have access to internet now in a way that we definitely didn't.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
You could, I don't want to bring this story up lightly, so I want to take a moment. But I just was reading, a friend of mine showed me this article of this 9-year-old girl that hung herself.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that story?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Her mother had another baby and she was having a hard time. She told her mother, "I'm going to kill myself." And she hung herself. Now, for me, it's like, where did a 9-year-old figure out how to hang yourself? Because hanging yourself is not an easy thing to do. Do it right. Yeah. Most people, like you watch, obviously all I know is from TV, but most of the time when people try to hang themselves, they might suffocate themselves, they might hurt themselves, but they won't kill themselves. This is very hard. And I'm just imagining this little girl like going on the internet, how to kill myself through hanging.
It's not, I think a lot of, raising your kid, and of course I don't have a kid, but I have observed. I mean, a lot of it is where you live, and then a lot of it is the structure that you're giving your child. Like, I mean, okay, so you may be exposed to that kind of stuff, in the street or on the train and places that you don't have any parental supervision. But then also you have when your kid is at home, providing supervision so that your kid isn't doing all those kind of things online.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't blame it all on environment, but
it's also the way you're raised and the restrictions.
And exposure. I mean, the things that you're exposed to walking down the street here, like you're exposed to mental illness, you're exposed to drug addicts, you're exposed to drug dealers, you have kids. Domestic violence all on the street. You have, sexual deviants out there.
No, she didn't just say. Listen, we are not going to be shaming sex people, sex workers. I am not in the business of shaming.
I'm not
anything
shaming
sex.
But you're exposed to that at a young age, walking down the street. Like 6, 7 years old, you're seeing these things, and obviously you're out there because you want to play. You shouldn't be cooped up inside all day long. But like outside of your door, all of that is right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? As opposed to in other places where, you're not seeing
have a
all
backyard.
that. Yeah, you're not have a backyard, or you have neighborhoods. You know who your neighbors are. You know your neighbors' kids.
Oh my gosh, it's 15 minutes. We should. How do we start talking about babies? Like, we are two young women sitting here discussing parenting. Like,
yeah, but it's all maturity, and like. I mean, you get past the sex of being in your 20s and you have a reality of kids.
But I heard the sex is really good in your 30s. Like sex you become even more, like, sex just becomes heightened once you turn 30.
Well, I'm not going to go there, but what I will say is that I think you're more self-aware. I think you're less, you're more able to communicate. I really don't want to talk about sex at all.
I'm getting eager to talk about sex.
But there is a comfort level that I don't think that you have with yourself when you're younger. Even though, like, when you're younger, your body is banging. You're like,
your body's still banging, Inga.
Yeah, but So, anyways, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about anything else. I know that's what you're about, but
I'm not just about sex. I'm about sex, relationships, dating, birth control, women, Black women.
Yes. Stay up. Power to the table.
Oh my gosh. I know we don't have time, but just quickly, you said you went to a natural hair event. And they were...
Oh my God. So I'm thinking that we're going to like talk about like, oh my God, it's so cool to be natural to, even though, we get help here and there. But it turned out to like a militant thing. And I'm like, really, people? Like, we can't just be like, I like to rock this style. This is hot right now.
It has to represent our Blackness.
Yeah, like really, like, I mean, let's focus. If we're going to focus on Blackness, let's focus on the issues that are really affecting people. Not necessarily. I mean, like, I will say that, it is a unique situation having Black hair, and embracing your Black hair. I think that, there's a standard of beauty that says that curls and kinks aren't necessarily attractive. Yeah. But that standard is changing.
That standard is totally changing. And I think, at least for me, it's really about convenience and the bottom line.
Bottom line.
I don't have time or money to be getting my hair done. I remember going to have to get my hair permed every week. It was just too much.
It's too much.
I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna rock it. Leave it as is.
And can it be just for style? Like, can I say, wow, that's hot. I want to try that. Maybe next week I want to try a long weave. Like, it doesn't have to be.
And anyone that watches any of my video blogs, they will see one day I'm straight. I have straight weave. Yes. The next day my hair is curly. The next day my hair is whatever. I think that's the beauty of hair, period.
It is. And it's a part of self-expression too. Like, this is how I choose to express myself right now. So it doesn't mean that I'm less conscious when my hair is straight. So I'm less aware of the issues. I'm less passionate about like issues that affect the community. Like, come on. And then you're a guy. Like, well, how are you going to tell me how I rock my hair? And being natural is not like get up and go. Like, it's not like, oh yes, no, it's some work. Let me tell you.
The twisting that goes on in this house, my roommate is natural. And she's one of those, like, natural
yes.
that, like, sit there and twist her hair every night.
5 hours. Yeah. 5. to like for like a style that may last a day, 2 days.
Yeah,
like
if that. If it lasts the whole day, like if you get back home and it looks the same, you're lucky.
Yeah, you are lucky.
So yeah. Well, thank you so much, Inger, for doing this with me. We're like 18 minutes in, and I have my original, what is that? I think original 1 minute 27 is right there. It's all together. So this is going to be like a 20-minute video, but that's okay.
You can cut it down though. Like,
I don't want to cut it down.
I know you like to chronicle, but
this is all going to be in my documentary, my Beyonce style documentary later on in life.
You might have to color correct later, but
yeah. Put a little tint on there and we'll figure it out.
Filter.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Woo!